Holy Spirit, let us know what messages you have for the collective. The first card we got out is commitment. All right, it says binding, obstruction, and contract. And seeing this card is giving me challenge and difficulty. For some of you, you could be in a situation where you feel like you're being held captive. You know, you feel like where you are is not truly where you want to be. We got trapped. All right, and when I picked this up, it came out in reverse. But this could be a place where you're being released, or you're removing yourself from. You know, you could have felt like you were trapped in a situation, but this is past tense. We got daydream coming out in the challenge position. And so for some of you, I feel like you could be pondering, you could be contemplating, you know, in a space where you're deciding what's next for yourself. For some of you, I feel like you're not quite sure what that is, but you're in the process of plotting and planning what that is. Holy Spirit, tell us more about this commitment. Okay, so we got eternal love, number 50, which breaks down to a 5. Change. All right, so there was a commitment in a partnership. This could have been platonic, or this could have been a relationship, romantic, that for some of you, you felt like, you know, it wasn't the right fit for you. We got stop coming out in reverse. All right, so I feel like you decided to pump the brakes on this situation. This was a situation where it wasn't harmonious. There could have been stagnation here. But you're coming out of a space of feeling trapped and stagnated. And now you're moving forward towards new goals. We got goal coming out. This is giving me ascension. Number 26, which breaks down to an 8, which is about infinite possibilities and abundance. So essentially, you're expecting better up ahead, you know, and better could look different for each of you. We got natural disaster. Number 38 could be significant. March the 8th could be significant. Pisces energy. Risk, frustration, and survive. All right, so this relationship that you were in could have been one that was based in survival mode, you know, where it was like an uphill battle. There was frustration, there was conflict, there was things that had you at odds with one another. But now you're going to a space where you're at calm and you're at peace. Simplicity and meditation. So meditation could be significant for some of you right now. You know, you could be taking a lot more time for yourself to go within, you know, to harmonize your energy, to get in touch with what feels good for you. And we got reservation. So reservation could be significant for some of you. Some of you could be planning some type of reservation, a vacation, you know, getting out of town or going somewhere to take your mind off of things, off of what was. This could be something that you're desiring for the future. This also talks about worth. All right, so this is giving me For some of you, you're focused on your worth. You know, you're focused on your value, expanding your value, expanding your worth. Tell us more. We got libation and illness. Underneath, eternal love. All right, so once again, I feel like this was some type of cycle. This was a spiritual contract for some of you. And it could have had you in a space where you were sick. You know, that this space was only creating illness. It was creating illness because it wasn't birthed on the right things. It was creating torment. We got pride coming out and underneath calm. All right, so this past relationship could have had to do with treating yourself, is what I was about to say. So I feel like teaching you, for some of you, to treat yourself, to give yourself the treatment that you deserve. You know, to take pride in yourself, to honor your value, and not settle for less than what you deserve, is what this is giving me. You know, not settle for situations that take away that peace, that sabotage that pride. We got evidence, and then we have curse, which both came out together. All right, so yeah, I feel like this is giving confirmation that there was evidence of the situation being cursed. You know, you could have seen a lot of different signs that let you know that this wasn't the person for you. You know, for some of you, you may find that as you step away from this connection, that there are more truths coming to the surface in regards to this relationship that further validate that this connection was cursed. You know, that, and what I mean by curse is that it just wasn't the person for you. You know, it's not how you were going to receive blessings. It's not how you're going to live a life of fulfillment. The evidence that you find may be, for some of you, that, you know, there was disloyalty. You know, maybe this person was mishandling finances or mishandling different belongings of yours. And we got mask. All right, so being deceitful, being dishonest, and we got at the bottom of the deck, memory and disturbance. All right, for some of you, I feel like this had to do with some type of third-party situation. You know, like this person stepped out in the relationship. You know, they were involved with someone else, and that's the evidence that you came into. I feel like for some of you, this has to do with this person not being in their right mind. You know, like the person that you were dealing with was dealing with some psychological issues that were affecting the relationship, that were affecting their memory, their mind. All right, and I also feel like like this person was kind of a saboteur. You know, like you all will create underneath disturbance and memories. We have origin, which is about creativity. We have schedule. And so I feel like you all will create certain plans, and this person, you know, they will fall through on those plans. They wouldn't be committed to those plans. You know, whatever it was that you all will plan, somehow there will be some type of event that will take place that would destroy or sabotage the connection, sabotage what it was that you all planned to do. We got third wheel here, and then we've got indulgence and justice underneath that. Followed by conflict. So yeah, I feel like most definitely for some of you there was some type of third party situation, because we have 3-3 here. Could have to do with a work connection, you know, where there was outside disturbances. In the relationship. All right, but this person could have been in a space of depression and fright. And that could be the reason why they were making these decisions. But now we got readiness coming out.